Okay, class session. We have begun the video. Got my baby boy right here with me as my student. So hopefully he enjoys it. So there's a new business model that is being born today, and I think a lot of people are not talking about it, and I think that this is a great opportunity for many people who want to do something ethical, who want to be of service, and who also want to actualize their purpose. And this is me coming from the experience of having over 5 years being in the space of content creation and finally getting to a place where it clicks. I understand what my content is, what my message is. I understand how to help people. I got people coming to me asking me for help. I got results from clients. I have the knowledge, the discipline, and it has all come together to get me to this place of understanding. I've been taking years of coaching, thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars I've invested into coaching. So all of that is kind of my background. And now through this video, I hope that you can feel my truth and can understand kind of where I'm coming from, so that, listen to what resonates. And if it resonates with you, then continue to listen, because it's going to help you out. So the first thing that I often hear in business is that you should focus on the 3 main things. These are the things that will always sell. And they say it's relationships. So helping people get a relationship. The next thing is wealth. Wealth. Come on. Sit over here, baby. Sit. Sit. Okay. Hopefully you can he's right there. So we'll see what's up. See how far we can do this, how long we can do this for. So it's wealth. And then, which is money basically, teaching people how to make more money. And then the next one is health. Health, wealth, and love. Basically, these are the 3 main things they always tell you to do. So the usual business advice is that you pick one of these things and you sell that. And business is pretty simple. I think we overcomplicate everything. It's super overcomplicated. It's not about how good you look. The tactics, the selling, the sales tactics, I've tried them all. It doesn't matter. What I've learned is that it's more about service. Service is the key word here. And this is going to be the thing that matters the most. If you're interested in serving people, this video is for you. Let me make sure this is all good. All right, beautiful. Service is really the thing here. So you want to serve people by helping them get these things, right? How does this relate to you? Well, most often we try to box ourselves in. We listen to coaching. They tell us you got to do one of these things. You got to pick a niche, narrow down on that thing, and just focus on that. And you usually get this messaging across the board everywhere that if you can't focus on one thing, then you're undisciplined and you're not going to succeed. And that's the shit that they always talk about, and that's the shit that I hate to hear, because it's not true. What I've recognized is that there's a new thing here now that you can sell. It's called fulfillment. Also known as, in my eyes, also known as truth. The vehicle is truth, the result is fulfillment, right? You can use your truth to help people feel fulfilled, to accomplish fulfillment. And this is why this is much more encompassing. This is a holistic way of viewing business, because in reality, what people are looking for when they're looking for these things is actually fulfillment. Because if you, philosophically speaking, we got to go into philosophy, which is these things are fixed. The way we do business is very fixed. I'll help you get the result. Here are my clients. These are the results that they've gotten. Look at these testimonials. This is my experience, etc. It's very fixed. I can help you achieve the thing, and then people scale on just helping people recreate the same results. But I think that this is it's too limited. It doesn't allow us to actually encompass the whole of our being. The whole of our being our authentic selves, our true selves. So our true selves are infinite, really. This is a notion of spirituality that I have found to be the most effective. This isn't just some mystical shit. It's about being able to understand the fact that there's a long-term game here. You have to begin with the why. You have to cut down and reflect within yourself. And the cool thing is that there's businessmen that are now beginning to talk about this. For example, Chris Do from The Future on YouTube started talking about this. He's like, the one way to create a great business is by understanding yourself. And he even mentioned shadow work, which is even better, because now we're getting into Carl Jung's work, which has been pivotal in my understanding of myself and also helping other people experience transformation. So there's going to be now there's this battle, there's this transition now. I think that this is outmoded. It's dated. The business model of us trying to get the person, trying to get a specific amount of money, become rich, or I think health is probably the best one because health is everlasting. It's more about. I think it's more along the lines of reaching infinity, the infinite mindset. But there's still some constraints because we don't really understand the true reason we want this. If we get the right relationship, get the right career, make the specific amount of money, and then build health. And I'm talking about health in terms of physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. If we can get all those things aligned together, then what's the byproduct? The byproduct is fulfillment. And the true thing is that if you really want to feel clear-headed, you want to feel on purpose, I think the main thing that we should focus on, I think that the main thing we should focus on is going to be fulfillment. And the reason is that you're going to be getting that within all of these things. So why not just jump through this thing and get to the source, which is here. This is what we all want. At the end of the day, we want peace, we want clarity, we want to feel like we have an inner guide. We don't have to go looking for the answer outside of ourselves. We can find it within ourselves. So fulfillment is really what you're looking for. So then how can we get into the business of fulfillment? How can we sell fulfillment? Well, it begins with you. So if you can begin to understand who you are, what brings value to you, what resonates with you, then you can begin to actually find the thing that you can help other people with. So now it's not a matter of the solution that you're providing. At the end of it, you become the solution. You become the guide to other people's journey that helps them find their own fulfillment through your fulfillment. And I think that going back to this fixed versus infinite, I think when we approach business from the state of the heart, that's when we really get to transformation. That's what we're talking. And it's not about money anymore, because money is a byproduct of you being on your purpose. And I'm going to say this too, because this is a point that I want to make very clear. It's that something that I've learned. I've been able to make money from selling my services, but it never was anything fulfilling. I would make it, and then I would say goodbye to my client, and I didn't build a relationship. I wanted something more. I wanted not just to make money. I wanted to build relationships, to collaborate, to build an empire, build a community. And this is just me realizing these things, because all across the board, all I hear are people talking about making money. What can we do to make more money? Improve efficiency, numbers, and we're talking about the views, we're talking about the numbers, but what about quality? It's been about quality all these, like up to these past like 10 years of me seeing the YouTube space evolve, and now we're slowly transitioning to quality. And quality not in the sense of production, which is also a whole nother thing, which, I feel like a lot of people can use production to hide themselves behind the screen. They hide themselves, they hide their truth through this beautiful imagery and high quality cameras, etc. And that is them, that's marketing, right? That's their marketing. But I think that if we can actually, making it easier for you, you might be at home, you might not have the resources to buy all these cameras, these high quality things. I think at the end of the day, it's about your voice, it's about your truth. And my story shows that, because the moment I stopped caring about the quality, the moment I stopped caring about the numbers of, well, it wouldn't make sense for me to just pick up a camera and shoot, because based on all this other advice from all these other YouTubers, you have to be able to, you have to have like a specific thumbnail. You have to produce your video a specific way. There's these outlines, there's these ways of doing things. And the moment I just said, you know what, fuck it, I know these things, but I just want to put out my truth, is the moment I start to get results. And people often talk about the members, but what about the individuals within those members? That's another thing that we don't think about. What about the individual who's watching you, and you become the one thing that completely changes his direction in life? That's the thing that I think we often are so caught up in these the fixed game, the members game, that we don't think about the infinite game, playing this in the long term, being committed through the long term. So let me clear the blackboard, because it's time for me to talk about the next thing. This is all just off the cuff. Hopefully you're following along. Hopefully this is helpful for you, because I really felt like I needed to put this out there, but I didn't want to limit myself to writing it and trying to plan it out, because at one point planning can just get in the way. You just gotta do it sometimes. So the next thing, I want to bring this together. So we talked about the fixed game, the infinite game. We talked about being of service. So first off, let's go back to the heart. And then heart plus expression. I want to say, how do you even do like voice? Boom, boom. That's a person. Speaking his truth equals, I want to say money, but it's more than that. So for now we'll leave money, because people care about that a lot. So connection to your heart, and then speaking it, expressing it, is all that matters at the end of the day. If you can do this, you will find your people. They're out there. And the thing is that they are looking for you also. And what they're really looking for, everybody is tired. Oh, there's another thing I'm saying. There's a thing that everybody's tired of the fakeness that's out there. Wait, watch out. Everybody's out there. Everybody's tired of the fakeness. They're tired. Like, I'm seeing the fact that in my channel, Lucid Living, I'm creating these thumbnails. They're more high production. They're more high production. It's okay. They're more high production. They're more high production. I'm putting a few hours into the thumbnail just to make it look pretty and everything. And then there's this other thumbnail that I'm using now, where it's just a screenshot of me recording. Literally just me talking. Sometimes I don't even pick the image. I let YouTube pick it, and I come out all whack. Like I don't even look good on this thumbnail. But for some reason, this is actually getting more views than the high quality, beautiful, picturesque freaking thumbnail, right? How is that possible, that this high quality thing gets less views than this raw thing? How is that possible? And I've been asking myself this, because now we're seeing this explosion on YouTube of YouTubers just who have no skill in production. They have zero skill, dude. Like sometimes they're like, I don't even know, like I don't know what camera they're using. Doesn't matter. They're just shooting on their phone and they're recording. They're getting millions of views. How is this happening? And like, I was watching one of these guys on YouTube, Film Booth. I've been following him. He's been super helpful for a while. But I also realized that he can't explain it himself. Like he had this explanation about this person, I don't know. I think he was really trying to mathematize the authentic. He was trying to systemize the truth. And you can't do that, because the truth is it can't be brought down to this mathematical equation. And he wasn't really using math. I'm just saying, like, from the form of expression, he's really trying to put technicalities to it. But at the end of the day, I realized that authenticity is the most scarce resource in this community. Wow, that's the truth right there. Authenticity is the most scarce resource. Authenticity is the most scarce resource in this society. And that's just a truth that I've seen through and through again, through various disciplines that I've gotten into, business, relationships, dance, YouTube, etc. Authenticity is the most scarce resource. And guess what? The supply or the demand is increasing. The supply is low, the demand is high. People, after COVID, are facing mental health issues. People are questioning what the meaning of life is. There are more people waking up to the truth. And so they want the truth. They want more of it. And so we need people who have access to the truth. And the truth is not something that I have. This is my truth. But the truth is within you. Can you find your truth? How willing are you to be authentic to yourself? How willing are you to be vulnerable to yourself? How open are you to your heart? Because not a lot of people are. Not a lot of people know what it means to be tapped into your heart, be tapped into your truth. This within itself takes years. It takes lifetime to be able to open oneself up to one's heart. So if you're able to do this and then do this, which is speak on that, then you can really create something. You can create a business out of it. That's what I'm talking about. Business. This money represents business, and money also, to me, there's a whole nother thing. And I'm getting a little too stressed out, but just for the people who can follow along with my train of thought, money. You need to really figure out what money means to you, because at the end of the day, sometimes what we don't need is more money. What we need is more clarity. What we need is more certainty, understanding of like where we're going, direction. That's worth millions. To know where you're headed, to know that you're progressing, and to have peace with the fact that you're doing so. So many people lack that, and that's worth millions. That's worth billions. That's worth more than anything in the world. And I wouldn't change where I'm at now to have more money, because where I'm at now is a place where I have more clarity than I've ever had in my life. So the thing I'm saying here is, money then means what to you, right? To me, I've realized that money is just an expression of abundance, and abundance stems from being connected to your true self. So also, and I'll probably make another video on this, but sometimes you want to not make a lot of money, because you have to be able to put yourself in the container and really work on the business itself. You want to be able to get the information that you need about the business. You want to be able to experiment. You want to be able to learn more about yourself. And as you learn that and you become more competent, then you can start raising your prices or thinking about putting money into the equation. But what I want to emphasize is that money shouldn't ever be the end goal of your business. And what I've realized is that all across the board, everybody's telling you that the point of business is to make money. And that's a lie that I've realized. You keep living that way, you're just gonna become a robot. You're not gonna create beautiful connections. You're not gonna create something long lasting. Money is finite. What is not finite is truth and love. So then what should be the focus of business? The focus of business should be service and expression. And after that, expansion, continuing to scale that, continuing to bring more of that into this world. That is the point of money. So now that I explained that, what does this mean for you? Let's see. Hopefully you've gotten a lot of good insight into this. I went over the state of YouTube. I went over my realizations around money. I went over the key to creating a good business. And I went over the thing that is most scarce and also most in demand, which is authenticity. And the thing that I think is that there is no competition at the level of authenticity. So like, there is no fear for you to go out of business when you're yourself, when you are yourself. Because guess what? Nobody can replicate you, and it is in nobody else's benefit to replicate you. People need to learn to be themselves. And when they do that, then they have access to a source that they can forever get from, forever derive from. Because your source is your abundance, and nobody can take that away from you, because nobody can take your life away from you. Like, this is your life to live. So you are endowed with that gift from birth, and we have been told that that is not the case, that we need to play these games, we gotta play these number games, we gotta play these technical games, we gotta play all these bullshit games. But I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. Where I'm at now is a result of that. And if this resonates with you, then it's just more emphasizing the fact that it's true. So I think if you were to have to think about this, slow down and be like, okay, Jose, all right, what is the next step then? Like, what should I be doing then? And well, I think throughout this whole thing, I've been talking about authenticity. So then the real question is, all right, how do I get access to this thing called authenticity? And how can I monetize this? Or how can I live a life truly from this place, right? And there's a few steps. There's a good amount of steps, and this is where we go back, or where we go to the spiritual traditions, where we go to psychology, where we go into emotional intelligence, self-awareness, self-reflection. This is what I'm all about. And I think the first step to authenticity really, it comes from connecting to your soul, which, in other words, the soul is also your heart. The soul lies within your heart. When you can access your heart, when you can access love, you are accessing the soul. And then through that comes intuition. And intuition allows you to understand the mechanism through which you can keep bringing more of yourself into this world. Intuition points you to the places where you will find more of yourself. So as you keep doing that, then it becomes this spiral. Boom, boom, which the byproduct and the output is authenticity. And so what I've realized, that the most important thing, and I'll say this again, isn't money. Let's start from zero before you even try to get money. We want to get money from a place where we can keep, from a place which is real, from a place that's authentic. We want to get money from the truth. So the key to that, I believe, is purpose. Purpose is a cause. When you have access to purpose, you have access to the primordial thing that comes before meaning and that comes before appearances, etc. And what I mean by that is, when you have purpose, you have meaning in life. You can have meaning in life, but that doesn't mean that you'll have purpose. But if you have purpose, you'll definitely have meaning in life. All right? And then also when it comes to, for example, money. You can have money, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have purpose. But you can have purpose, and your purpose will show you how to make more money. So it's about giving the fisherman, or teaching the man how to fish rather than giving the man to fish. And at the end of the day, teaching the man to fish is actually teaching the man to know himself. So this is where everything that I talk about on my YouTube channel, or that I love talking about, whether it be meditation, journaling, self-reflection, etc., all these things will allow you to access your purpose. There's no other way around it. It is law. When you understand yourself, you understand your purpose. It can be analogous to when you understand how to wield a weapon, you understand basically how to use it. And so I see myself as a weapon, and as I discover the functions of this weapon, the different features, the different features, the different functions, as I discover these things, I then am led to figure out the most efficient way of using that. And that becomes my purpose. So, knowing thyself is the biggest challenge of humanity in this time. And that's the problem that I'm here to help you solve. So hopefully this has been helpful. It's been a trip. Hopefully you've been able to follow along, and if not, well, I'll keep improving. Anyways, if you are interested in finding your purpose, make sure to join my community. It is Lucid Education. If you're about it, then be about it and join. First 20 members is free, and if you join after the 20 members, it will be starting from $10 and higher up. You'll join. I'm working on a course to help you find your purpose. You're gonna have an accountability. We have weekly calls. You're gonna have a group of men that are also on their purpose, looking to find their purpose, looking to build an empire. And you'll have me, where I'm gonna continually drop more and more courses, more and more material for you to understand yourself and be able to actualize your full potential. One last thing that I forgot to mention that I think was pivotal is that this is very simple stuff. This is the final point, I guess. Abraham Maslow's of needs. We're first physical. We have physical needs. Then we care more about our emotional needs, which are, for example, feeling safe, feeling cared for. Then we care more about our mental needs, which are getting stimulated, being challenged, growing. Then we put an emphasis more on our spiritual needs, which are finding meaning, understanding the wider vision, understanding why we're here, etc. So most people in this developed country, the United States, already have these guys down, the emotional and physical needs, usually. So most people in business try to sell you by using fear. And that is a very instinctual survival response. And people like to play that game. And I've read this everywhere. I talk to every businessman everywhere, and they act like they're cool because they know psychology and they know how to instill fear in people. But I never gave a shit about that. I've done it before. I never liked it, and I've stopped doing it. I don't care. Whether you want to buy my course, or whether you want to join my community, or whether you want help from me, I don't care, because I'm here to help whoever's ready for it. So I don't need this. This is gone from my strategies, from my brand. I want to help you feel satisfied at an emotional, mental, and spiritual level. And as we keep evolving, you see technology coming in, you see just us evolving as a human race. We're not going to need these lower things anymore. We're not going to need to be focusing on that. And that's why you have these people, you have people now moving more towards the authentic side, because they're tired of being told what's the way out of fear. They're tired of being driven by fear, by anxiety. And they want something different. And they want to feel spiritually and mentally aligned. Actually, they want to feel aligned to, in all respects. We leave nothing out, all inclusive. So if we're talking about that, then you're not going to be using fear. You're going to be using love. A business from love, which is a heart-filled business, which is truly service. Bam. Connection made. So that's it for you guys. I appreciate you watching all the way through. Off the cuff, you already know. And remember, it's your boy. Stay lucid. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.